Well, hello folks, welcome to another video, and no cigars today, no water. I guess I'll make this a quick video. It's just too darn hot to be outside. It is, yeah, this is the regular Texas summer, hot and humid, every day for the last 2 weeks, and at least the next week, maybe 2 weeks, it's 100 degrees plus, every day. Hey dog, what are you doing here? So yes, in the news. So basically, Dr. Joe Biden Esquire came down to Texas, specifically down to San Antonio, and spoke with the, I guess, Hispanic Democrats or whatever. And yes, San Antonio is about 70%, 70+% Hispanic. I remember, we went a couple of times down to San Antonio to basically, to visit the river walk. We stayed at hotels around the area. We tried finding Chinese or Asian restaurants, and one I made a video about it where it was I guess it was they call it a East mixed cuisine. So it wasn't even a East meets West cuisine. This dumbass chef decided to, I guess, mix the Asian cuisines. We went in, and we were expecting, actually the only reason we went was the offensive signs that they had. They were in Chinese, but these were offensive words, that was in Chinese, and they've been told, and the only reason Asian people go there is for those offensive signs, to go take picters, to laugh at the La Wei. Yeah, it is a white restaurant, the white chef, white staff are all white. So we ate our order. Actually, I actually had to send my order back because I tried to play it safe and ordered a noodle salad, which I love, and you can't mess it up. So the dummies gave it to me with uncooked noodles. It was this basic noodle, hard noodle out of the package, on top of some salad. I was like, dude, man, I can't eat this. Flagged down the waitress. So, hey, you guys send this back, man. This noodle's not cooked. I can't eat this. And so I just shared some sort of a crab dish that my wife ordered. We ate that, paid. We gave the tip. It wasn't the waitress. It wasn't the waitress's fault that the food sucked. And then we went to another. This was a dim sum style Chinese restaurant. This one was actually ran by a bunch of Hispanics. Yes, we went inside. The cashier, the cooks, the wait staff. I'm like, what the heck, man? This is a dim sum, Cantonese style restaurant. Culture shock, basically. But if you check, yes, San Antonio is about 70% Hispanic. So she goes down there, and of course, there is the disconnect between the white elites, calling Latin people Latinx. The Latin people don't like it. They've been saying, hey, stop calling us Latinx, but I guess it's not resonating, it's not getting into their head. And yeah, she basically called Hispanics, tacos. and taco, if you look at the history of taco was actually I think it was either a California invention or a Tex-Mex invention. Mexican food, just south of the border, because if you go to like Argentina, or that's way down south, or Colombia, Peru, Brazil, their foods is nothing. There's no tacos down there. Their food is nothing. Well, I love the Brazilian steakhouses, by the way. It's just most of them here in the Dallas area it's basically all you can eat. I prefer the dinner. It is around. God, I haven't been since COVID hit. So, but it was, depending on where you go to, is anywhere from $40 to $50 per person. It's all you can eat. The salad bar, which I take a little plate, and the guy comes by, forgot the name of the Brazilian word for the cowboys in Brazil. So basically, the guy comes by with the meat, you want a mita, and he slices the meat onto your plate, or you can request, like, hey, do you guys have this particular cut of meat? And they'll say, yeah, we have it, but they're still cooking, or yeah, we'll cook it for you and we'll bring it out. So you can actually request the specific slice of meat. But yeah, Brazilian steakhouse are fantastic. Since it just haven't been since COVID hit. But yeah, Latin folks, especially Hispanics, are more than just taco. And yeah, taco is not a Hispanic or a Mexican specific food. I believe it was created here in either California or Texas. Because if you go to Mexico, you won't find the hard shell taco. They have I guess soft bread that they use to wrap. It's not burrito, but it is kind of like a burrito, but it's a soft bread, round soft bread that they put meat and all that stuff on top and wrap, and then you eat. It's the Taco Bell, the hard shell taco. That's not a Mexican food. And yes, Biden telling a heckler to shut up and sit down. So basically, he's I guess trying to I guess it was at one of his news conferences. He's talking about the gun laws he's trying to pass, and I guess the people there were parents of the Parkland kids, or the ones who were shot actually, that were in the audience. And it's one of the dads that stood up, and he was, he's angry, he's yelling, hey man, you ain't doing enough, you're not passing enough. Understand, I understand his anger, understand that he lost a child, and but you can't punish other innocent people for what an insane maniac, another lefty, who, yes, the guy was a teenager. I guess he was 18. He just graduated from Parkland High School. The same thing. The guy was a flaming lefty, and insane, flaming lefty. Same with the Highland Park. Yeah, don't mistake them. The names sound the same. Parkland and Highland Park. And of course, people maimed. They put out the memes like, "Hey, look, man, the Highland Park was not a conservative shooting conservative families attending, a 4th of July parade, and that's not what happened, and that won't happen." So I thought that was kind of, and of course, on YouTube you'll get the gun grabbers come at you. Well, these people are angry. They have every right. Yes, they do. They have every right. But guess what? The Second Amendment ain't going away. As a matter of fact, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Second Amendment just last week or week before. Darn bugs. And I guess I'll close it on this. The Dutch farmers don't want to get, if I'm after smoking a cigar, I'll be. Yes, but my videos are the only videos where you actually see the smoker smoke the cigar all the way through. A lot of the cigar reviews, and of course I don't blame him because it shortens the video. You see the guy light the cigar, he'll toast it, light it, give it a few comments. Then you'll show, hey, 5 minutes into the smoke, hey, 10 minutes into the smoke, cigar's halfway down, 20 minutes later, I'm almost done with the cigar. It fast forward, and I understand because instead of having a 20-minute or 30-minute video where he's smoking a cigar, it's a 5-minute video because you're fast forwarding through it. So Sri Lanka, they're still rioting. The Sri Lankan government has pretty much collapsed. They defaulted on their debt and froze the bank accounts of everybody, and people started rioting. You do that here in the U.S. and Canada, it's going to be the same. People are going to be out, and they're going to want blood. And of course, the president, he fled on a military boat. I'm assuming he went over to India and seek asylum, a political asylum. And Modi's like, yeah, come on over, man. When when they're going to put you on trial, we'll send you right back to Sri Lanka. And yes, and I don't know why the police or the national police or the military, I guess it's still the police, and the military hasn't been deployed. But dudes, you're not being paid. Your government has collapsed. There is no more. There is no more government in Sri Lanka. I guess they're saying it's been about 30 years since a country has collapsed, like Sri Lanka, where the government's like gone. The government defaulted on their debt. People rioting. Now the government's gone. There's no more. So the police officers who are out there trying to stop these rioters and these protesters, you're not being paid, dude. So if you get hurt, maimed, or killed, you're not getting paid, man. But I guess they got they got the badge. They took an oath, but again, the country's collapsed. So this brings us to the Netherlands, which of course is a WEF ran government or government shill for the WEF. So they're basically telling the farmers to go backwards. It's like, the reason why 1% of farmers can feed 99% of the population is because of modern farming technique and modern farming equipment. Fertilizers, chemicals, pesticide. And yes, I think a year ago, where there was a video. I forgot which video it was. Well, it was on YouTube, or was it not on YouTube? But I basically made a comment saying, "Hey, look, man, this organic farming that the WEF, the globalists are pushing, it doesn't work on a mass scale. Yeah, if you're going to be, if you're farming in your garden, if you got a couple of acres and you wanted to do some organic farming, yeah, you can. But if you got a 100 acre, 300 acre, 1,000 acre, 10,000 acres, organic farming is not going to work. And as we've seen in Sri Lanka, the things they call the ISG, the one bug, I think it was something. I forgot what the initial stood for. Something strategic. I forgot. But anyways, and of course, one of the commenters, they're like, well, they do have organic fertilizer, they do have organic pesticide. Yes, those are very, very, very expensive. If you got 1,000 acres, if you're a farmer, like a Dutch farmer, you got 1,000 acres, that you're plowing and you're, you're planting seeds. The organic fertilizer, the organic pesticides, you're not going to be able to afford it. If small scale, like I said, a couple of acres, 10, 20 acres, if you're one of those small scale organic farmer on 10, 20 acres, yeah, for you, it's not a big deal. But a guy who's got, 1,000, 10,000 acres, so basically they're telling farmers to go backwards. Hey, don't use fertilizers, don't use chemicals, don't use pesticide. Organic. You got that 1,000 acre. Why don't you do organic farming? And of course these guys, they're quiet. Quiet as a mouse. These and again, nothing against organic farming. The problem is, it's small scale only. You can't do large scale. Massive scale organic farming just doesn't work. And again, it's because of fertilizers. Fertilizers, chemicals. Pesticide is the reason why 1% of farmers, 1% of the population can feed 99% of the population. Because the way things are going, you're going to have to start growing your own food. You better have at least 4 or 5 acres. You better have some knowledge about planting. What's called that? Garden husbandry, vegetable husbandry. You better know some knowledge. And like I said, the last because most of my gardening that I've done has been like indoor for small plants in pots and stuff like that. And yeah, like, if try growing a garden, you'll find out real quick. This, especially here as hot as it is, you're dumping water. I'm dumping water like crazy into the plants. They're still in the morning, and then in the evening, and they're still, withering up. It's like, damn, man, I'm not getting cherry tomatoes. They're not, they're flowering, but they're not fruiting. Or well, it's actually from a bush, right? It's a vegetable. Yes, fruits are from trees. Nuts and fruits are from trees. Vegetables are from the ground, or from bushes that grows out of the ground. That's how you know fruit or a vegetable. And oh yes, now close it on this. So basically, I was at the pump. It cost me. Before, it's costing me a little bit over $50, about $53. I'll normally drive until I get down to like the last marker on the gas gauge. So I was filling up, and a lady was next to the next terminal next to me, and she's like, "Hey, price of gas came down." And I was like, "Yeah, that's because Biden is dipping into our oil reserve. Don't expect this price to stick around." So basically, in my area of Texas, it's actually gotten about 10 cents, about $1.90. Well, not, I wish it was $1.90. It was $3.90. It's $3.90, so it's just barely dipped under $4. And same thing about 2 or 3 months ago when Biden dipped into the reserves again. Dog, what you doing? When Biden dipped into the reserve, yes, for about a week or two, price of gas came down, and then it skyrocketed again. It's going to happen again. He's dipping into the reserve. Of course, he sold 950,000 barrels to China back in May or March, and the same thing, sold about 1 million barrels of the reserve oil to India. And now, in July, they're dipping into the reserve oil. Instead of reopening up the oil, the Keystone Pipeline, allowing more drilling, allowing new drilling, allowing the guys who have drills to start drilling. And yeah, so dipping into your reserve is like dipping into your savings account. It's like, yeah, you're gonna need that savings for when dipping into your reserve is dipping. You're messing with, if disaster hits, you're screwed basically. Well, that's it. Darn bug, and yeah, it's just too darn hot. I didn't want to sit out here and smoke. And hey, enjoy your smoke, and enjoy a cigar, cigarette, weed where it's legal. Enjoy your vape while you still can get the juice until the FDA gets rid of it. And thanks for watching. Yeah.